Hello and welcome to episode 180 of the Fizz. Thank you all for joining us. It is Thursday, March 13th. It is a gorgeous day in downtown Detroit. I'm here with the main men, Channy Football, Ice Cold, Brulu. Second time talking this week. Boys, how are we doing?
We're doing great. As you mentioned, weather's great. Can't believe you said episode 180. We are blowing through these episodes. Glad to have another one here today. Yeah, hell yeah. Beautiful day out, boys. Maybe getting to 60, low 60s today. The sunroofs are open. We're right around the corner, man. We're right around the corner. Let's get after it.
Yep. I mean, this is the weather. This is the weekend upcoming where it's like, maybe we should look at tee times. You know what I mean? Like that's where we're headed. This is hard to focus weather. Hard not to want to just crack open a few brews as soon as the afternoon hits.
No doubt. We had some people in our golf league already texting the chat saying that they're golfing this weekend.
That's pretty good stuff.
Yeah.
You got to love hearing that. Well, we got good full agenda today. We will get into spring activities, but right now, let's just jump right into it. Wings, Pistons update. I can start with the Detroit Red Wings. Boys got a last-minute invite last night to go boots on the ground at LCA. You know, we've been watching from a distance. I've been complaining. I've been crying. You know, and sometimes you just got to go look under the hood yourself. So had unreal seats, 6th row, behind the side where the Wings only shot once. But so I had a front row view to Mrazek's first game as a Red Wing since he left. Early on, already it was frustrating right off the rip. Red Wings get a disallowed goal, one of the weaker disallowed goals I've seen this season. Couldn't believe it. Buffalo takes a 1-0 lead, and it felt like a here we go again. But Wings stayed steady, stayed consistent, put a lot of pucks on net, and 7 of them went in. Extremely exciting game. They were tough. They were fighting. It was good. It was what the team absolutely needed. Now, we don't want to get too excited. Buffalo is a bottom-of-the-barrel team. The Wings just did what they should have done last night. But either way, a win's a win, a convincing win at home. Got to feel good for the boys. First W in the Stadium Series jerseys. Buffalo was wearing their goat head black jerseys, like the classic ones we grew up with. When I saw those, I was like, oh shit, we're in trouble. But Red Wings won the game. Kaner, 5 points on the night. That's my guy. So awesome to get back on the winning ways. And now we go into the teeth of the toughest part of the season.
Yeah, and I think you got to be damn near perfect these next 5 games. Got to probably win at least 4 out of the next 5. Almost got to play perfect hockey. But like you mentioned, we were on death row. You're still on death row. We're still waiting for it, but we've got bought time, and guess what? You got to play perfect from here on out. Yeah, no doubt. That was Frank, what a game to go to last night. Bunch of goals, bunch of scraps. Kaner 5 points, DeBrincat 4 points, Casper lighting up the lamp. Dude, the biggest thing I took away from the game last night is like, we need some fucking tough guys, man. Like Rasmussen looked so soft in that fight, like unbearably soft to look at the TV and watch that. I mean, outside of Mo Sider, Comfer's a little bit gritty. Ben Sherratt, who, you know, gets in some scrums. Then we got like Dominic Shine fighting for us. Like, it's a tough fucking battle on the aggression side of things for us. I mean, that's something that's going to be tough if we do get into the playoffs here. But exciting game yesterday, fun to watch. I mean, we are going through the gauntlet, like you said, coming up here. We got Carolina next. They're on a 5-game win streak. Then we have Vegas leading the Pacific with 83 points. And then we have the Capitals who are leading the Metro. So going to be tough.
Yeah, it's dig in time. And you nailed it on the toughness front. Pizzo, I will say Simon Edvinsson is tough as nails. He's got a mean streak in him.
Yep,
He's
you're
awesome
right about that.
Watch. And he's just the size of a redwood. Like, he's just so gigantic. To watch him throw his body around really rocks. Dominic Shine, got to give him a big salute. That guy has played hockey his whole career. That guy's like our age, and he's finally just in the NHL. And he was throwing the body around, fighting, doing his job. And it's awesome to see. He's not the most skilled player in the world, obviously, but he's bringing the heat and he's making the most of his opportunity. He had a really good chance to score yesterday too. And kind of got off a little bit of a weaker shot, but he tried to go high glove and almost had his first goal. But dude, yeah, great time at LCA last night. Boys, I caught the pizza slice. I caught the free pizza slice. Pretty cool.
Wow. Did you claim it?
Oh yeah, I claimed
Okay.
the shit out of it. But here's the deal: wild kind of nuance at the stadium, which I didn't realize. We all are familiar with a super slice, like what the super slice is at the stadium. This was a big slice, so it wasn't a super slice, which is like the deep dish square Little Caesars pizza that is like the best Little Caesars that they offer. It was the big slice, and it was a round. It was like a round triangle piece. Like, I don't know. It wasn't the super slice, and usually you get the super slice when you get the free slice.
So the slice didn't come in the box you caught then because it wouldn't have fit.
No, they never do. They never do. That's the thing. Here's something I got to tell you guys. I think I've said this on the podcast before. Like, as far as like in-game giveaways and free stuff, like I have just I have like an all-star track record with this shit. Like, I don't know how it happens. I've caught that slice 3 times. That was the 3rd time I've caught that fucking slice.
Wow.
Which is kind of wild. Like, I've told you guys before, like, Osgood gave me his stick. I have, like, a bunch of pucks from hockey games. I caught 4 foul balls in a game once. A guy
in a game?
One game, I got 4 foul balls.
Holy shit. What?
Yeah, I was a little kid, and, like, 2 were given to me. 1 I picked up. Like, it was crazy. And then I've caught, like, 3 more since then.
4 foul. So walk me through this. 2 were given to you. How many people were at the game? 200? Was it during their 119 loss season?
I was, dude. It was around there. It was probably before that. Like, I was a little guy.
You had the glove on then.
Yeah, I had the glove on, and people were. I mean, I 2 or 3 were given to me, but I walked away with 4 that day.
Gotcha. So little guy, glove on. So the 2023 season.
Yeah, exactly. Nice.
Gotcha. All right.
It got me good. Yeah, well, I caught the fucking slice, and then the guy in front of me won the lotto ticket. Didn't you win the lotto ticket, Pizzo?
No, never have. I never won shit at those, dude. I'm the complete opposite of you. Just a fucking black cat, if any giveaway.
I feel like those 50-50s are fake. I've never known anyone to win the 50-50, and they are like crazy large jackpots at those.
I know. That would be a hell of a thing to win.
If I do win, I won't tell you guys either.
Someone won the big ticket, and one of my friends won the big ticket, and apparently they just give you the big ticket, and then they put you on camera, and then they take away the big ticket and just hand you like a regular scratch off.
Yeah, I've seen that. It's just a regular gas station scratch off.
It's just for show.
Just reminds me of like Happy Gilmore when he's asking for a check at the end of the round, and he's like, just give me one of those big ones.
Yes, that's exactly what it is. So yeah, I just had myself a great time at the Wings game, caught the slice. You know, Wings won a ton of bets. Only bet that didn't hit was Raymond anytime goal, but we had Kane, we had Mo Sider anytime goal. It was good stuff. Took the Wings -2.5.
Yeah.
Big spread on that one. So good stuff. Now the boys just they really gotta dig in this next stretch here. So we'll see if they're a real team or if, they're only beating the teams they're supposed to beat.
That's right. Quick Pistons update. Team that is tough. You wouldn't want to mess with Beef Stew and or Jalen Duren. Note I want to make, because we're not going to spend too much time on the Pistons today, but crazy to see they are in a 3-way tie for the 4 seed currently, which would have home court advantage for the first round of the playoffs. Crazy to think that they're closer to having home court advantage than the play-in game right now, and they are now 12 games over their projected win total for the year with almost a quarter of the season left. So Pistons are humming along. I mean, if you look at it now, 3 through 6 is somewhat clustered as far as seedings go. 1 and 2 are set, and then I feel like 7 and under are set. So you really hone in and you say the Pistons first round matchup, because they are going to make the playoffs, is Knicks, Pacers, Bucks. That seems like it's a crash course for one of those 3 teams. And if we play the Pacers or Bucks, it could be games 1 and 2 at LCA. I'll tell you something. Called the box office yesterday. Little excited. The ticket guys were a little more excited for these phone calls now. Inquired on Pistons playoff tickets. Not for sale yet, but soon to be released. Couldn't believe I was making that call.
Yeah, I can't imagine the guy on the other end. He must. I mean, they're getting phone calls now. I can't imagine grinding through that job for like the last, however many years. Like last year, what did that position look like?
I'll tell you what,
they
weren't
phones
taking
were
inbound
dead.
call. Yeah. What were they selling? Monty Williams? Troy Weaver?
Yeah.
They had the yellow book out, flipping through names, calling down the list like you were working in sales.
Corporate sponsorships.
Dude, the Pistons got so much swagger and attitude right now. It's like crazy to watch. Like every game I flip on, I feel like they're just beating the absolute doors off of whoever they're playing. Like the last game they had, the Wizards, they were absolutely kicking the shit out of them, like doing Harlem Globetrotter pass plays. Like this is me breaking down hoops. Like,
and guess what? We get to do it again tonight.
Yeah, we do. We do. We get to beat their ass again. And just, shout out, you mentioned Beef Stew. Like Beef Stew is got to be one of the most Detroit branded players we got in the city right now. He doesn't give a fuck who you are. He mixed it up with LeBron in the famous, brawl a few years ago. And then he's like pushing Steph Curry in on the road. Like it's just awesome. He doesn't care who you are.
Don't forget when he pointed a finger gun at the Pacers earlier in the year as well from bench to bench.
Shooters. We got shooters, boy. I did see a pretty crazy stat too. In February 5th, the Pistons were 25-26. They were one game behind Miami, who was 25-24, and a half ahead of Orlando, who was 25-27. Since then, Pistons 12-3, Magic 5-9, Miami 4-12.
Crazy.
12-3, which is the second best record in the NBA over that stretch.
Stones are hot, man.
They are. And then after Wizards, though, they go first place Thunder, but we got them in our barn. That'd be it. That's an interesting one.
That's right. That's right. And beat them last year in our barn.
And I'm pretty sure next week, Wednesday, March 19th, versus the Heat, that game's going to be on ESPN. So we're getting some primetime games.
Woo! Been a long time.
I did see some other good news on Jaden Ivey, got the boot off, doing weight-bearing strength exercises, running progression. They said they'll have another update in 4 weeks, which is like the end of the season, so who knows what his status is going to be for playoffs.
Did you guys see Shaquille O'Neal and his ignorance about the Detroit Pistons? Is this like a bit? Is he like doing a bit?
No, I don't think so. I mean, the saying Chauncey Billups was our coach was a little insane.
For those who don't know, Shaquille O'Neal was crediting Chauncey Billups for the success of the Detroit Pistons and everything that Chauncey's done as the coach of this team, and he's obviously not the coach of the Pistons. So go ahead, Chandler.
Yeah. So I mean that, and then saying he started walking back everything that he was saying, and his reason was well, I don't watch them. It's well, what are you watching? You're an NBA analyst that covers one league. What? You don't watch the 30 teams that encapsulates? Didn't understand it. I think he's a little sour from the going to work Pistons beating their ass in a 5-game sweep still.
100%.
But you know what? We don't need the respect. We'll earn it, and we'll take it from everybody over these next couple years.
Yeah, it's just like the Pistons. It's not like they're bad anymore either. We just talked about how they're the hottest team in the NBA, and Shaq doesn't watch them. Just doesn't watch them. And honestly, that's such a tough look for Shaq. I think it's worse to act like that. It's obviously you're still crying about 2004, which is great. I mean, I love that he's forever crying about that NBA championship.
Rent
One of
free.
the best championships in the city. Yeah. Ever.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Well, that's the Pistons update. Let's keep it moving here. Today is March 13th, as we said, which is 313 Day in Detroit. So very exciting. A lot of the shops down here got, deals and discounts. It's our area code. Let's get all excited about it. March 13th. So boys, in celebration of March 13th, we're going to do a pretty simple game here. We're going to do a little Mount Rushmore of Detroit athletes. We can do current and all time. We'll start with the current. We're going to pick 4 guys from the 4 major teams. Ice Cold, Brew Lou, let's start with you. What's your Mount Rushmore of current athletes in the city? I have a feeling we're going to be very similar on all of this.
Are we going to go rip off all 4 of mine or go one at a time?
Do all 4.
Okay, so current for right now, I got to go Larkin. Larkin's on there. I got to go Jared Goff. Goff's on there. I got to go. I don't know if I can put anyone on the Tigers right now.
Yeah, you can.
What do you mean, man?
Yeah, what are you talking about?
No, I don't know. I'm going to keep it open.
For what? We need an answer.
I'm going to go.
Do you know any Tigers?
Yeah. Casey Mize.
I don't think he does.
How about the other pitcher that won the Cy Young last year?
Yeah, you could go Scooble, of course, but, I'm trying to mix it up a little bit here.
All right, well, give us your Piston. Who's going to be Cade?
Oh, Mike, I didn't know I was going one from each team. Piston, obviously Cade.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you good?
Yeah, I was going I was going to rip off 4 Lions.
Oh, no, it's one from each team.
Okay. Then, yeah Mize, and then the other 3.
This is a fucking disaster. Chandler, go ahead. Let's just get
all right.
this.
I'm going current players. I do know a player from every team. Yeah. I'm going to start with the biggest one on Mount Rushmore right now. It's not a player. It's a coach, MCDC. He's on the Mount Rushmore Detroit sports right now. Number 2, you got to go with it. Top 10 player in the NBA, Cade Cunningham. Number 3, Cy Young, AL Cy Young winner, best pitcher in the league last year, Tarek Skubal. And number 4, no one on the Wings is deserving, so the octopus that gets thrown on the ice is going to be on the Mount Rushmore of Detroit sports right now.
Oh, my God. And that probably has nothing to do at all with Larkin going to the University of Michigan, I'm sure. So, yeah, guys, I think this is pretty simple. It's Cade for the Pistons, no doubt. It's Skubal for the Tigers, no doubt, even though Chandler.
You got to go Mize. Think about Mize.
Those Googling who Tarek Skubal is.
Great spring training.
Whether we like it or not, Larkin is the captain of the Wings. He's the face of the Wings. He's the number 1. I have a backup with Patrick Kane on there, but I think if you're going for the face of the org, you got to go with Larkin. And then I do have Jared Goff. He's the quarterback of the best team in the state. So the only backups I really had was Kane after Larkin. And then honestly, I had skill-wise, Penei Sewell for the Lions. He's actually probably the best at his position, but he's just an offensive lineman. So,
he's
they
the
don't
king.
get the publicity they want. Yeah, exactly.
That's
right. So an all-time list, I think it's pretty clear to me. For all-time list, I got Isaiah Thomas for the Pistons. I got Miggy, Triple Crown winner for the Tigers. You could probably go in a few different directions there, but Miggy's stats and when he was at the top of his game, I don't think it'll ever be topped, honestly. Barry Sanders, no doubt, probably the most clear-cut pick there for the Mount Rushmore of the Lions side of it. And then while most people are probably putting Gordie Howe in here, you know who I'm going with. It's Steve Yzerman. It's never a doubt. Longest-serving captain, played his whole 20-year career here. He truly is the face of the Detroit Red Wings, and I think while Gordie Howe is absolutely a legend and we respect everything he did, I grew up with Yzerman. We grew up with Yzerman, and I think Yzerman's done more to, expand the reach of hockey and the Detroit Red Wings. So those are my all-time Mount Rushmores.
I took a little different angle on it. I'm going to not go with maybe the best athletes from each team. I'm going to go with my favorite all-time athlete from each team. So I'm going to start with the Red Wings, Sergei Fedorov. Very impressionable as a young guy, the white skates, the flow. He kind of was the cool Red Wing back in the day. So I'm going to go with Fedorov as my Mount Rushmore for the Red Wings. For the Tigers, Justin Verlander, Cy Young, MVP. When we needed a big moment in those years where the Tigers had the run between 2006 and 2013, JV was stepping up and just throwing gas. Pistons, Mr. Big Shot, Chauncey Billups. He came up so clutch. To me, was the leader and my favorite player of the Going to Work Pistons. Still my favorite Detroit team of all time. And it might not be unanimous, but I mean, simply put, Barry Sanders, the GOAT, best running back of all time.
I like it, boys. I'm going to go a little bit different angle as well. I'm going to go all-time Detroiters, okay? Not just sports. 1, Henry Ford. You ever hear of him? Built a couple trucks. Pretty important guy. Henry Ford in the 1 seed. 2, Mr. Hockey. Fuck you, Frank. Gordie Howe. You're not going to find another player to ever play in 5 different decades. We're talking about the Howe. Gordie. Number
Fuck
3.
me, but
Number 3. I got to go with Trick. Nobody patrols the skies better. Absolutely holds it down for Detroit artists. Make sure that we're safe. Doesn't allow outsiders in.
No fly zone.
No fly zone 2006. We can never forget it. Trick. And to round it off at number 4, I'm going to go with Barry Gordon. A lot of you sheep out there probably don't know who that is. He's actually the founder of Motown Records, launched a couple pretty good careers. Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, Diana Ross. So that's my 4, Mount Rushmore.
I love it. Wait, Trick the rapper?
Yes, correct.
That's insane. That's on your Mount Rushmore of Detroiters.
You have to defend.
No
you
fly
have to
zone.
defend. You have to defend the Mount Rushmore.
Insane that you went with a rapper and you didn't go with Eminem, but it's your list, man, not mine.
I'm just surprised Casey Mize wasn't on there.
Yeah. Good stuff, boys. Love the deviations from what we discussed we were going to do, but that's fine. That's good. That's what makes this so much fun every single time. All right, so we got a few minutes left here. We're going to move into, we love our weather on this podcast. We are arguably a weather podcast more than we are sports and Detroit and all that. So I want to talk about what we're excited to do in spring. Sun's out, the guns are out. What are you most excited about? Spring activities. We're going to snake draft it. Ice Cold Brew Lou, we're going to start with you. You get number 1 overall pick. What do you like to do the most in spring?
Oh, he's going to fuck this one up.
It's a toss-up between Casey Mize Day and one other one.
Watch Casey Mize pitch is going to be his number 1.
I got to go with opening day. I feel like that's a no-brainer. That's the best spring activity in the city. The streets are flooded. Everyone's out. It's always a hit or miss if it's a nice day out. It could be rainy and 40. It might be 55 and sunny. But just a great overall experience. Opening day, give me that number 1 pick of the draft.
All right, Chaney football, what do we got?
All right, I'm going to take it off the board. It's coming up next week. March Madness, the best tournament in all of sports, the best 3 weeks in all of sports. The Thursday and Friday, it's a tradition to leave work early, gamble on teams you've never watched, and lose more money than you've bet the previous month. March Madness, favorite spring activity.
I love it. I'm going to go not with like a specific event. I'm just going to go with an activity that I am very excited to do. And when this warm weather hits, that first drink on a patio, just having drinks on a patio, whether you're at a restaurant, you're on your own back patio, but just eating a meal, getting drinks on a patio, happy hour style after work, don't need the jacket. You're not cold, just a beautiful day out in pure Michigan. I'm excited for drinks on a patio. We're going to do 3 rounds, by the way. All right, number 2, because we're doing the snake here. So I'm up here. I think we got to go with the obvious, boys. I think we got to take the obvious. When the weather warms up, you got to pull the clubs out, dust them off, go golfing. Easy one here. Surprised it even made it this far, but I suck at golf. But there is nothing like playing a round of golf, especially those first few rounds when it warms up and you're just outside, and nothing like it. Those first few swings. So we're going golf.
That was going to be my next pick. I'm going to keep it in the sports world as an event. It's a tradition unlike any other in the start of April. The Masters, the battle for the green jacket, kicks off the first of 4 majors every year. There's just nothing like the theater of Augusta. It always seems to be close and come down to Sunday at Augusta. The Masters, one of my favorite spring events.
Love it. Lou.
All right, I'm going to keep mine in the activities realm. Going to a park, whether you're bike riding, you're walking. We have great parks here in Michigan. You got the DeQuinder Cut, Stony Creek, Lake St. Clair Metro. Get outside, get some fresh air. The weather's turning around. Go to the park.
Hey, nothing wrong with that. I feel like you kind of, took a lot in with that, but I like it. Who doesn't like going to parks? We got good parks here. I got kind of an obscure one to end the spring activities here, and you guys might be like, why the hell do you like that? Honestly, I like cleaning out the garage for spring. During winter months, I kind of just toss everything in there. It turns into a nightmare. Patio furniture's in there. Everything's all stacked up. Once I get my nice warm day on a weekend, clean that boy out. Now I can access my garage fridge, fill it up with beers, get the patio furniture out, turn that area into a nice little garage hangout, get the music going. Very enjoyable activity for me. I like that spring cleaning feeling of cleaning out the garage. It makes it feels like summer's right around the corner. So
damn, you just took Chandler's.
Yeah, Janny does like cleaning.
Chandler's punching air right now.
So who's up? Is it you, Lou?
I think that's it, right? We were just doing 3 rounds? Or did you
I only
5?
did 2.
We only did 2 rounds.
Oh, did I skip? I jumped then. I jumped the gun.
Yeah, we weren't taking your pick anyway. Go ahead, Lou.
Nobody wants to clean out the garage. I thought I was up. You know how bad I am with the order on this shit.
That's what we This is on brand. This is perfect. Lou, go ahead.
I'm going to go with St. Patrick's Day. Primetime March Madness, green, we're all Sparties, green beer, green times, green friends. St. Patrick's Day. Chalk it up in my 3rd spot.
There you go.
All right. Since I am the last one now, I'm going to do my honorable mention, and then I'm going to give you my final.
So far. I jumped so far in front.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
You really wanted that garage.
I do.
Yeah, you ran to the podium.
Yeah.
Talk about a reach. Holy fuck.
I was worried Chandler would take it, so I took charge. I took command.
I'm going to give you 2 honorable mentions. One lands on Easter this year, 4/20 for all you weed smokers. Great day. You celebrate. You get out in nature. You have just a platter of food. That's an honorable mention. My second honorable mention falls right around the time of my pick. Honorable mention number 2, Cinco de Mayo. One of the better days of the year. You got a ton of events going on. Southwest Detroit at your local Mexican restaurant. Cinco de Mayo is great. But my final pick, I'm going to keep it with sports theme. The Run for the Roses, the Kentucky Derby. Always feel like I'm at a Kentucky Derby party. Cool to dress up. It's almost the kickoff of summer and the end of spring at that time of year. Run for the Roses, the Kentucky Derby is a great late spring tradition.
I love it. So Pizzo ends with opening day, going to parks and St. Patrick's Day. Chandler takes March Madness, the Masters, and the Kentucky Derby. I am having drinks on a patio, golfing, and then cleaning out my fucking garage because I love it so much.
If you put golf first, then patio, drinks, and food, then clean your garage, that's like a Saturday for you, Frank.
It's a great Saturday. That's
right?
A fantastic Saturday. I'll feel so happy on that Saturday.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, speaking of feeling happy, I'm very excited to get off this podcast with you guys. What a train wreck. That'll do it. That'll do episode 180, unless anybody's got anything else to add on the way out.
Yeah, I do. Real quick, 313 Day, little fun fact. The Detroit River, only river in the world that runs north. Bet you didn't know that.
I didn't.
Didn't know that.
You got
Yeah.
That's the only river in the world that runs north.
Correct.
How's
Can
that
you
work?
still swim across it, Lou? Or
Yes,
can you think you can swim across it?
No, in all reality, I could not. I would be dead, no doubt.
I'm looking at it right now. There's still ice in it.
It usually never freezes because it's going so quick.
And it runs
ice.
north.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
River run north.
That's good.
That's right.
You're the parks guy. You're the
Red
official
River
park-
rival.
All right. You're just saying things now, as you do. Well, I'm gonna call this one. Episode 180 has concluded. We appreciate you guys listening. As always, we have a new format, 30 minutes, twice a week. So tune in and don't forget, subscribe on YouTube and share it with your friends so you can listen to it. You can watch it. We just appreciate y'all being here. So we will be back on next Tuesday. So we'll see you guys next week.
Happy 313 Day.
Champagne, 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 champagne.